I just departed Marina Rimini here in Italy. I stayed for one night. It cost $50 a night, a little on the high end, but probably even more in Croatia on the other side. I'm not sure where I'm heading. The wind forecast has been pretty unreliable last few days, so I think we'll just go. We're going south out the Adriatic, but maybe Croatia, maybe further, maybe stay in Italy. We'll just see where the wind takes us. I don't really want to fight unreliable forecast. Pretty impressive fleet of fishing boats they got down this river here. Just tons of them. Also, way more oil rigs than I had no idea there were so many oil rigs in Italy. But there's at least a dozen coming in, I think. Clear the breakwater. Oh, sails are up before I even got all the way out. It's pretty good. I see a few little white caps out there. Could be some good wind. Today could be the day. Of course, the forecast didn't say it said there was going to die, but I see way more wind than the forecast said. I don't trust the forecast. Looks like we're coming up on some endless fish farms. I think I might want to just go around those. Looks like I could go in between there and the coast, but then they just keep popping up, and then I'm gonna get like trapped in here. So maybe I'll just try to go on the outside of them. Let's do a tack up here and go that way. Started out with great wind for the first hour, but then I only made it like 5 miles today. But I do have close enough to have cell signal, so just getting a little bit of work done. Gotta edit some video tonight. I'll try again tomorrow. Maybe we'll have more wind. Got plenty of food at least. Lots of good food. Making breakfast this morning. Wind kind of got a little bit of wind. It's been a pretty consistent 4 knots overnight, so we've been doing about a knot or two. And we're on a broad reach, going downwind. So now that the wind's kind of held up for a while, I'm gonna put out the spinnaker after I eat breakfast, of course. All right, there's the spinnaker. It's funny how small this sail. My biggest sail fits in the smallest bag. It's all about the material thickness, I guess. Oh, that looks great. That really got us, really stabilized the motion of the boat too. See those bubbles going by? Nice sunny day. Italy in the distance. Should lose sight of land soon. Looks like maybe we'll go to Croatia next. See, we've gone 33 miles so far, although there was a little bit of backtracking over here. First day, and I guess maybe only 62 to Croatia. Maybe I hit it a little further down here though. So 3.5 knots. Could get there in tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. So far, today's been pretty good. The wind kind of clocked around, so now we're sailing upwind. But I put the spinnaker away, and we're doing 3.3 knots. Probably 5 knots of wind, maybe 6. Almost sailing the right direction we need to go. Just a few degrees off. The wind's supposed to pick up throughout the day too, so let's hope it holds up. It's been pretty good. Nice spring day. T-shirt weather, nice and sunny. It's perfect sailing. Oh, I think we hit a log. Where does it go? Huh? This is a little one. Sounded much bigger. It's been some satisfactory sailing, really. We've covered 53 total. 1 day, 3 hours. Upwind, pretty light wind. Only doing 3.5 knots, but compared to the first day, I no longer want to quit sailing after today. That would be the first day I was kind of contemplating it, as I always do when things don't go my way. But we'll be going upwind. I guess the wind's gonna pick up overnight, so it could be a little bit wet, but at least we're moving. At least we're moving. Just made some tortellinis for lunch, for dinner. The sun's about to go down, and we're headed right across the Adriatic, so we should get away from the ships and stuff and be able to sleep a little bit tonight. And hopefully, if I didn't nap too much during the day, I did take a few naps. I might stay awake for late. All right, beginning day number 3. Pretty good sailing overnight. 8 knots of wind right now. Average like 4 knots most of the night. And we're heading pretty much the right direction. Now the wind's shifted a little bit, so we're headed more towards Croatia, which is fine. We can stop there for a bit. The wind will be against us for a couple of days, and then we'll keep on going. But nice flat waves all the way. Just the right amount of wind for going upwind. A lot of fishing boats though. It got kind of annoying. There were so many fishing boats, and there was like 4 or 5 of them that just like were going the same speed, like right behind me, for the last 20 miles. Had to wake up a lot and kind of keep an eye on them on the AIS. Other than that though, pretty good sailing today. I think I'll make some breakfast. I was just looking at the chart closer, and the Kornati National Marine Park is actually these islands that we're kind of aiming towards now. And from my understanding, these Croatian national marine parks can be pretty exorbitant, like $100 a night just to anchor in there. But just a little bit southeast of them, I think we're outside of national park, so we might hit that. We might have to do a few tacks to get up there. 17.5 nautical miles to go. See what the wind does. I think if I get closer, I can do the research, because maybe if the park's worth it, maybe it's not as expensive as I thought it could be. But I don't want to just like pull in there and get a big fine for not paying or not knowing about a fee. Just made up some chicken and potatoes and asparagus for dinner. 3 ingredients. That's really something for me on the boat. I usually just do 1, maybe 2 at the most, but I had to finish up this asparagus too. Wind kind of picked up, of course, since I started trying to do too many things at once. When you try to do too many things at once on the boat, it punishes you by picking up the waves of the wind. Finally got a bear away from to head towards the island, and now we're doing 6 knots, and this is a beautiful sunset back there. Doesn't really show up that great on camera, but looks awesome. And we're a little overpowered. Well, it looks like the good anchorages are on the windward side, so we're gonna have to go around to the back to the north side and the crappy ones. Here's a look at our track. You can see the first day we just kind of drifted overnight, but then we picked up some speed and made over across, zigzagging our way down the Adriatic. And let's anchor on this side. And here we are, just dropped our anchor. You can't really see anything. Dropped the anchor in like 15 to 25 feet of water, and it dragged a little bit. How deep are we now? We're in like 30 feet of water, but I think it seems to have set for a while. It seems to be holding right now. And if we drag, we just drift off away from land, so that's not really too big of a deal. Yeah, tomorrow. Oh, I looked up the fees, so it's gonna be the national park was only $30 a day, which not too bad, except for it's on top of a bunch of other stuff, because there's a $15 for 3 days, a sojourn fee, there's a navigation fee, which I can't figure out how much that was. Their website wasn't working. Then there's then there would be anchoring or mooring fees, like between $30 and $50. So it kind of adds up. It's annoying to get just nickel and diming you for everything. But I just didn't end up paying anything right now. We'll maybe just stay one day. We'll see what happens. Here we are the next morning. You look around. Not a whole lot to look at really here. Looks like it would be a nice island. Kind of a crappy spot to anchor though. It's just really deep around this set of islands, and I have to get right up the shore to put the anchor down. I think it's rock too, so hopefully the anchor's not stuck. I don't really feel confident in my anchor position to leave the boat. I was really looking forward to going ashore, but with this much wind, I don't think it's worth risking it, because my boat could just float off to sea if it comes loose, or go into those rocks over there, which wouldn't be good. So unfortunately, I think I'll just wait on the boat today until the wind clocks around tomorrow, and then I'll sail the rest of the way out of the Adriatic and probably end up in Italy again. Thinking about wing foiling, but it's like gusting from like 10 to 25, and I think it's just going to be not that fun, and the water's a little cold today too. If I could dive down and look at the anchor, maybe I'd be brave enough to get off the boat. But we'll see if it warms up a little bit. Alternatively, I could probably go find a marina, but it looks like med mooring, and this kind of wind is kind of tricky for me to do with it's hard to maneuver this boat backwards and do that stuff single-handed with this kind of wind. Or a mooring, I could find a mooring, but again, a mooring would probably be the best option. But the mooring fields around here, a lot of them are open to this wind, and at least I'm not getting rocked around by the waves too much. I'll think about that. Here's a look at the forecast on windy. You can see pretty windy, 23 gusting to 30. And now we're protected by the island somewhat, but it looks between 7 and 8 p.m. The wind's going to kind of clock around to the northeast. And that would put the island on our lee side, which wouldn't be good, except for we can just leave then. We'll start sailing southeast, down to that heel of Italy there. Looks like a pretty quick passage. Luck Grib's saying we can do it in 1 day, 20 hours, so that'd be great. Some big winds, some big waves, it'll be a blast. Made some chicken and Brussels sprouts for lunch in the meantime. Wind keeps picking up. It's probably 25, gusting to 30 now, like the forecast said. And we dragged anchor twice, but just back like 20 feet. But each time we go back, we get in deeper and deeper water, so less likelihood of it staying long term. Thanks for watching. Next video, we sail over back across to Italy, and it's gonna be an epic passage. I got some good footage, some big waves, really cool stuff. Of course, you could also just watch it now. It's on Patreon. You can join for as little as $1. It really helps support the series, and so I can keep making these videos. But if not, it'll be out on YouTube in a few days also. After that, we'll sail over to Greece and start working our way back to Malta to put these new engine mounts in and haul the boat out for a little bit. But still, good season ahead. Enjoying having you guys along. I'll see you guys next time.